A little house by the sea with a lovely view of the mountains and a forest in the back garden. Sounds like something you dream of, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't have to be. With this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a really gorgeous little cottage, and you can put it anywhere you like. It's got everything you could possibly need and it looks gorgeous. Don't you go anywhere or you're going to miss how to make this thing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance. And today we're going to build a really, what I hope will be a really nice rustic cottagey house. And it's going to be a little bit different from ones I've done before, otherwise that would be just repetitive, but there will be similar themes. So if you're doing a village or a town or something like that, it will all still fit in. First thing, obviously, find yourself a really nice spot. I've cleared out this plane just a little bit because this one is going to be relatively big. It's not going to be huge, it's not a mansion, but it is fairly big. So we've got a nice kind of woody background with mountains there and sea over there. It is a gorgeous place for us to spend a little bit of time doing a building. So are you ready? Should we crack on with it? Yeah, let's do it now. So the things we need for this build, we're going to go for some oak wood planks, some oak wood stairs, some oak fence, some spruce wood stairs, some spruce wood slabs. So you can see this is a very wood oriented build. We've got cobblestone stairs, cobblestone slab and cobblestone as well. And we've also got some red terracotta that we've now got. It's basically yard and clay in it. They just called it something different in 112, but it's red terracotta because it's far more red. Then we've got some glowstone, a little bit of red carpet I thought might be nice, oak door, some sand, wooden trapdoor, some glass. These are glass panes, not glass blocks. Stone buttons because it's very woody, so we're going to use stone buttons, some oak leaves, and then various bits and pieces that we're going to use to decorate the inside and make it look a little bit better. And that is pretty much it, plus a few other little bits as well. Let's crack on. Okay, I told you this one wasn't going to be a little one. We've got a 20 by 15, 20 along the bottom and top x-axis, 15 along the left and right y-axis, and I've marked out a few spots there just to help guide us when we start the building. So 20 by 15, that is the space you need, plus you need some exterior for front garden, back garden and stuff like that. This is just the house. First things first, we are going to get our oak wood beams in, and you can see where we've marked out the front because there is more oak wood beams, and this front row here we're going to put 2 high, so 1 2 literally like that on all of these areas that I've put here. So this is, so if you take this as point 1, there is a gap of 1 2 3, then there's the next one, 1 2 3, then there's the next one, then there's a gap of 2, then there's the next one, then there's another gap of 3, then there's the next one, and another gap of 3, and then there is the next one, and then all the rest are 6 high. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Then these are level with these two here, and these are going to be also 6, and again 6, and then all of the others are 6 too. So let's get that done. So you should have something that looks a little bit like that. Then get yourself your oak wood planks, and not on this square here, but on the square behind it we're going to put a platform of oak wood, 3 wide just at the moment, and we're going to build on from that in a minute, but we're going to go 3 wide all the way along here, the entire width of the house. And this is what's going to be the front porch of the house, because all good cottages have a front porch that people come onto out of the rain when they're coming to visit you, so you need something like that. And then we are going to get oak wood stairs, and we're going to come along the outside, and upside down we're going to put oak wood stairs, not in this little gap of 2, and then oak wood stairs along here, upside down all the way along there and there, and the same on the other end right here, 1 2 and 3. But here we're going to invert them, so these are upside down here, they're the right way up, because that is going to be our entrance, the way we get on to our porch. And we want to block off the rest because we don't want people coming and jumping off halfway around that porch. We want it to be nice and secure and safe. So we're going to put a fence around all the bits, obviously not across that entrance. There and there. And that has given us a nice start to our porch entrance. And the next thing we're going to do, just to finish off the porch, we're going to give 2 high on each and every one of these wooden beams and these will act as supports a little bit later when we start putting the roof on. So we've started to get the structure of the porch up, but we need to give the front wall a bit of support. So we're going to put in another row of wood all the way along, including between those two in the middle, and come all the way along. And then here we're going to get spruce wood stairs. We're not going to use oak wood, we're going to use spruce wood. And the reason we're using spruce wood is because it contrasts really nicely with the oak and matches beautifully with the oak log. Miss out that gap there, that's going to be the door if you hadn't already guessed, and put more spruce all the way along like that. Then we're going to get our glass and we're going to miss one, miss two, and on the third one in we're going to put one lot of glass, two lots of glass. Then we're going to miss another one, and then we're going to put in another two lots of glass but two wide. And then on this side we're going to mirror that exactly, two lots of glass, two wide, and on this side we're going to miss one, miss two, and have two high like that. So you can see we've started to build up that glass fairly nicely. It's going to be too high, and we need to get our spruce wood stairs along the top just to give it a little bit more structure and give something for the glass to be framed in. And then on this side we're going to do exactly the same thing. So it's got to be upside down. Come on, Avo, get it right. Upside down all the way along. That's not upside down the last time I looked. And that. So you can see that's kind of how the front wall is going to look once we've finished. And now we just have to start building out the side walls and around the back as well. So we're going to move away from that front wall and we're going to come to the side wall now. And right on the inside of this upper beam at the front, we're going to go one block there. Then we're going to have a gap of 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to have another block. And then we're going to have another gap of 3 and a block there. And then we get some oak wood stairs, and we need to try and get these oak wood stairs upside down between the blocks, exactly like that, upside down between those blocks. And then here we're going to put another row of blocks all the way along. Then where we've got the upside down stairs, we're going to leave a gap, and we're going to fill in a tower of 4 high all the way up to the top. And then we're going to repeat that exactly on the other side as well. So we've got 1, a gap of 3, 1, a gap of 3, and 1. Then bring it along with the oak wood stairs upside down like that. And then get ourselves some glass panes, and we're just literally going to fill in the entirety of these gaps with glass panes. So we've got massive windows on the side of this cottage, which is brilliant because we're going to want lots of light inside to help, one, keep away any nasties that might want to try spawning inside the house, although we are going to light it up really, really well. But two, to make it look really, really homely. And come on the other side and do exactly the same. We're going to have some glass panes inside, which is a 3x4 space. And we're going to do some detailing on the outside, but we're not going to do it yet because we don't want it to get overgrown. We don't want any grass to start growing in it. We're going to have some window boxes, and we're going to do those last so they can be nice and fresh. So we've got quite nice little side walls there. And then here, in exactly the same way, we're going to get oak wood block there, and we're going to come with some, whoops, can't get it, oak wood stairs upside down all the way along. And then we're going to miss that gap, and then we're going to get oak wood block there, and again oak wood stairs like that. So we're starting to get a little bit of structure. In this gap here, we're going to put some oak wood blocks, which leaves us the inside. And unsurprisingly, this is our floor. So we're going to get the red terracotta, because this is what we're going to use for the floor. And we're going to fill the entire space in with this red terracotta block. It makes for a really nice carpet. And although we are going to use some carpet, some things mean that you can't get the carpet kind of underneath it. Maybe they're not a full block, so you'll be able to see what was underneath it. And if we use red terracotta, that means where we've not got carpet, you're not going to be able to see it quite so obviously. So let's get this floor done. So one really nice looking internal space there that we can use to carpet over in places, but not necessary in every place, which is exactly what we want. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and emulate the back wall a little bit the way we've done this front wall, but we're not going to do it in exactly the same way. What we're going to do is we're going to keep these bits of window here, but not those bits of window here, because what we want is we actually want a little bit of space that we can use for a solid wall. We need that towards the back. So you can see here we've got stairs all the way along, so we're going to copy that down here and put stairs all the way along here as well. And then get our glass pane and just come 2 in like that, and the same on the other side. And that is coming along really, really nicely. Now we are literally just coming at these walls with more oak block. So the side was just oak block and this is just oak block. And I know you're thinking, well, that looks a little bit dull. It's a little bit flat on its own, but we're going to detail this in a way that's going to make it look really, really great. So we're going to come along, just build up this whole wall 2 high with oak wood block, and we're going to come around the front and we're going to finish off this front wall as well. And we're going to put oak wood block in all of these gaps. And you see that's opened up that window for us. That window now doesn't look like a sliver of glass, it looks like a full glass pane. I'm going to do it again and again and again and again. There, there, and there. And now, what I want to do with these little slivery windows is give them a little bit of detail now, so as I guess it doesn't look quite so flat and doesn't put me off quite so badly when I'm looking at it. So we're going to put shutters on both sides of those, and then similarly on this side, shutters on both sides of those, and then we're going to just stick our doors in. It just makes me feel a little bit better when I can see my doors are in the house. So as always, come on the inside of the house, we're going to stick in a double set of doors, and that way when we close the door we've got a nice indent and it gives us just a little bit of shape, which I much prefer. And similarly on the outside, another double set of doors which close up and again give us that indent really nicely. And then we've got to get our spruce wood stairs. We're going to come along upside down spruce wood stairs across the entire length of this wall. It gives a bit more texture with that indent, and we're going to make even more detail on it fairly shortly. But let's get it across before we start to put on the roof. And the roof is what's going to start to make this thing look really good. With any rustic build, it is going to start and finish with the way the roof looks. Roofs are so important, and we're going to do this with an overhang. As we do with any other build, it will look so daft if we didn't. So we're going to have an overhang here, and we're going to do it in cobble because I quite like the way cobble works when you edge it over. And what we're going to do is we're going to just create a standard up and down gable end. We're not going to mess about with this one, we're just going to make it a straight gable end. So we're going to go backwards and forwards with the cobblestone like this until we get over the middle, which I think is that one. So, and then we're going to come on this side as well. We're going to do exactly the same thing. And you can see we've got a single gap, and like we always do, we're going to have an upside down set of stairs facing towards us this way that we're going to work on in just a minute. And now we're going to do the same on the other side. So exactly the same way, we're going to get that like that to get our first overhang. This is not the last bit, don't worry, it is going to carry on a little bit further, and we're going to go up and over until we've done a second gable end, and I'll be back with you when I've done that. So we've done that at both ends, and you can see underneath that final gable on the front we've put an upside down step, but we haven't put anything sticking out. And on this side we've put an upside down step and we have put an additional stair, so this is sticking out across that end as well. Now at the front we're going to do something differently to what we do at the back, and we're going to get a double slab, so you could use a cobblestone block if you wanted to as well. And then we're going to come down and down a little again, down, down again, down and down again. No, not down again, that's my error. So you can see we are level with these posts exactly when we do that. And then we're going to come along the other side and we're going to stick again a cobblestone block or 2 slabs, it doesn't matter, then 2 slabs, then cobblestone block or 2 slabs, and then another 1 slab. Again, we are exactly even with that bit there. And now wherever we have got a stair, we are going to put a wooden spruce wood stair, and wherever we have got a slab, we're going to put a spruce wood slab. But we're not going to do it on the inside of this because we need that area to build up. So just on the outside ones, we're going to come up, and on this side we're going to line it in exactly the same way. We're going to match that on the other side in exactly the same way, and in a moment we're going to go all the way across, but we're not going to do it all the way because we're going to create a nice dormer window effect halfway along one side. I just need to finish off putting these down. If this is going too fast, make sure you do pause this video and you keep kind of in time with what it is we're doing. Okay, so we've got that exactly like that, and then get ourselves spruce wood slabs, and as I say, wherever we've got a slab, we're going to put a spruce wood slab like that. So that is the beginnings of the roof. Now with the spruce wood slabs, we're going to come all the way across now. So starting at the front, we're going to come all the way across, and you'll notice that that actually connects up these pillars that we've created out of fences really, really nicely, and they act as if they are supporting this roof of the porch area. I do so hate it when things just dangle. They need to be supported. It is the golden rule of building in Minecraft, is to make it look like it's natural. And again, let's do this in exactly the same way. So the porch roof is done, and the first layer of steps is almost complete. And here we are starting just a nice big dormer window. So we've gone from the first layer of steps all the way along until we are one outside of where these wooden pillars are. So you've got yourself a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got another set of wooden pillars starting. Now I know that maybe looks a little bit strange on the inside. That's all right. We're going to sort it out. It is nothing to worry about. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side here. And we're going to put a set there, a set there. I'm actually going to remove those bottom ones because I don't like the way it looks when it overlaps like that. And I'm just going to build up those. And here we're going to make these 2 high, just 2, because the roof of the dormer doesn't want to come above the level of the roof. We don't want it to go too high. So that is how we're going to have the dormer roof. Then we're going to get again our cobblestone steps, because we need all of our edging to be in cobblestone, and that is going to come out 1 like that, and again it's got to come out 1 past it, but it's got to be the right way up. And then this side again, just come out 1 and then 1 past it. So you can see that is how we're going to build up that roof. We don't want that one there. And then exactly the same way as we did with the other roof, we're going to come up and create a gable end like this. And you can see with this one, it creates kind of a flat bit there, and that's what we're looking for. So it makes it look like a slightly flatter gable end, and we like that. That's exactly what it is we're after. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, and I'll be back in a moment when that's done. So our 2 stone gables and the dormers are completely done. So we are just going to line those up, and again in exactly the same way, wherever there is a stair, we're going to put one on the outside like that, and on the other side as well. And now the job is basically to build up the entire roof. So we're going to put the upside down stair on there and the upside down stair on there, but not on the other ones, because we're going to be doing something behind that. The upside down stairs only goes on the top bit, and then up there, there and there, and again on the other side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the whole of the roof. So on this bottom section here, we're going to go all the way across, right the way across the door framey bit. The whole bit is going to get covered up right the way along. So that completes the roof structure on that side, and then we're going to do exactly the same here and run this along as well. That is where the dormers start to encroach into the roof. So then just continue on your roof, and where you hit the dormer, you're just going to turn a corner, which is great. So this one just to there, so as it's in line with that, we're going to fill that in a moment. And then on this side again. So I'm going to crack on with the rest of this roof, and I'll be back to you when I have finished it. So all of that roof is done, and we've put a strip of cobblestone slab just across one direction there to give it a little bit more structure again. And we're going to start to build up the outside by going on the inside, and we're going to put a row of steps there and there, whoop, there and there. We're also going to put some in there and put them inside that way and inside that way, so it gives a continuous bit across, but gives quite a nice little indent there. And we're going to repeat that exactly the same across here, except with this one we've got a straight bit, because if you remember, the roofs are slightly different in the front and the back. So they should be aligned beautifully. I've missed one out. I wonder what was going on there for a moment. That's great. And then get a tower of 3 oak wood going there on either side. 2 on this side, because again the roof is slightly different, and you'll notice we need to stick 1 more oak on each side. I got that bit wrong. There we go. So that looks perfect the way it should there. And on the inside you can see it doesn't actually make an awful lot of difference yet, but that's fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to come up 1, 2, 3 and 4 like that, and then we're going to get some upside down oak wood stairs there and there, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing here. So it's going to be slightly smaller again, so we're going to come up 1, 2 and in this case 3, 1, 2, 3, and come across again with oak wood stairs exactly like that. And then we're going to get our glass, and we're going to stick glass panes in there to make a nice light window, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, except this one is going to be ever so slightly higher, 3 high. So that is what that bit is going to look like, and we are going to change up and cover this up and make it look a little bit more detailed in just a moment. But before we do that, we need to start to just make this look a little bit more covered in. So again, because this is on the oak wood strip, if you look, it's in line with those windows there, we're going to put in those like that, and then just for a continuation we're going to do exactly the same, so it gives like a double bit above that door, but it continues the oak wood stairs upside down all the way along. And on this side you can see we've got a similar gap, so we're going to get our oak wood stairs first there, and then we're going to get some spruce wood stairs there and there. So from the outside this now looks pretty solid, except for these side walls here. So we need to fill out these side walls, and what we're going to do is something that looks a little bit kind of flat and blank, but bear with me, this is going to work, trust me. We're going to come all the way across with some oak wood like that. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side in a moment, and then we're going to come on this side here and there and there like that. So you can see we're starting to build up a bit of a shape, and then under here we're going to build up, so we've got a shape that looks like that. Now here we're going to come at 1 and 2, and then we're going to get our trapdoors again, and we're going to put, doesn't matter whether they flip up or flip down, it's all irrelevant. So that is going to be a window there, so unsurprisingly we're going to stick in 1 and 2, and then let's repeat that on the other side. We've got loads of detailing to do on this yet. I know it looks very bland, it will not. And then we're going to put all the way across here again, and then on here we're going to go 2 trapdoors on either side like that, and get some glass inside there. Okay, so now the integrity of these house is now complete. You can see that all the walls are on, it's all kind of stuck in, but it's still not done, not even by a long shot. So let's get ourselves some cobblestone stairs, because we're going to try and start to put a little bit of nicey onto this now, and we're going to do this by everywhere we've got a full solid block except this bit, we're going to put in a cobblestone stair there and there and there, and then on these ones on the side we're going to put an upside down cobblestone stair like that. We're not going to do it here because we've already got stairs there, we're not going to do it there, but we are here going to be putting in some oak wood stairs there and there. Again, that shouldn't be a surprise because you've got to get down out of your back door, but we are going to put upside down cobblestone stairs there, there and there. So that is going to create a little bit more texture, but it looks a little bit weird. So we're going to get some oak fence, and that oak fence is going to run up the side of the house like that and like that on those two. We're going to do something slightly different on this side, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Then we're going to come all the way around, and we're going to do the same on this side, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's started to give a little bit of kind of bulky texture there, but it's still not right. So we're going to get ourselves, where's the dirt? There's the dirt. We're going to get ourselves some dirt, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 underneath, 1, 2, 3, just like that. We're going to get wooden trapdoor, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to plant it up with a pretty flower. So get yourself plenty of flower. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be any flower you want. And we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that gives ourselves a window box on that side. And we're going to repeat the process over here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, wooden trapdoors, like that, and then plant up pretty flowers, whatever flowers you want can go in there, and again it gives us a little bit more texture. We have still not finished. There is still stuff to do here, which we're going to do right now. So I realised I've made a very slight tiny error, easy to sort out. I've put these up 4, they should only be up 3. Whoops a daisy, never mind, all fixed, because we're going to get a spruce wood slab so as it contrasts with the colour of the wood, and we're going to stick it in there. Then we're going to put one there, then we're going to put one on the top of that, then there, and then down there, and then we're going to create a wave going up, along and down. So you can see that's how it looks. And then above here we're going to put one more, and now that's going to act to stop any rain from splashing on these windows and making them too dirty and to make any irritating noise. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. We're going to come down and we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then above this one here we're going to stick that there. So you can see we've created ourselves a nice little effect, and we've got some fairly bland walls there that we want to start dealing with, but we're not quite ready for that. What we are ready for, however, is some more detailing using this wooden this stone button. Now we're going to put the stone buttons on the outsides of these bits here. It creates what I like to think of it as a nail. It's like a stone nail that is going through the wood in order to make sure that it straps straight on to the structure behind it. It's a very structural, strong looking thing. And then we're going to put one there, and then again on each of these long ones we're going to stick one stone button just to give it the feeling that it's been bolted together properly at the bottom, like that. That's starting to come together really beautifully. And the next thing we're going to do is wander inside. So the challenge we have inside is one of space. We've got 2 huge windows at this end, and we've got 2 huge windows at this end, and yet we do have some wall space there and there, and we are going to use those, believe me. But we want to be able to utilise this roof space. It's too big to not use, so we're going to come along and we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 upside down oak stairs there, and then we're going to match that exactly the same on this end, like that, and the same there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then here we're going to come across with our stairs all the way to the other end, and then unsurprisingly we're going to do exactly the same here, like that. So that I get kind of a mezzanine almost level, whereas this is going to open up and look down on that big window, and this one is also going to do the same. Now we have got a channel from the front to the back door that is 9 wide. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide. So in the middle 3, so that's 3 gap, and then 1, 2, 3, we're going to put 2 sets of stairs either side, exactly like that. And then under here we're going to get oak wood planks just for this one, there and there. And then we're going to do fairly classic upside, downside, upside, downside to reach up to that mezzanine level. And we should find that it hits that mezzanine level exactly perfectly as a result of the dimensions of the house. So you can see here, up it goes, and we're exactly on the mezzanine level, which is what we want. Then we're going to repeat exactly the same thing on this side. There and there. So now we've got 2 little mezzanine levels, which is brilliant. I mean, we're very happy the fact we've got 2 little mezzanine levels, but we can't kind of get across. There's still loads of space that hasn't been used. So we're going to use half slabs. The reason I'm going to use half slabs is just to give the illusion of just that little bit more rooftop, a little bit more headspace under here. So if you can see here, if we got that little bit of extra space there, it looks quite good. If we then start to fill it in, it looks a little bit close. So we don't want that. We want it half slabs to give the illusion of height. And we're coming across all the way to the other side. So you can see we're going to come right the way along to give a really broad walkway So that's quite a grand looking staircase. You've come into this wooden cottage, up we go. We've got a grand staircase which looks great. And then on this side, we're just going to come in one row like that, which still gives us plenty of space to look out the window. And yep, we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. One row along like that. So that fills up very nicely. Then we're going to get some chests. Now what I also need is trap chests, because where are my trap chests? There they are. Because there is a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what we want. So we're going to have 2 there, 2 there, and then we get the other type of chest and we fill it in there. So you can have them next to each other. So chest, trap chest, chest, and the same on this side. 1, 2, and we get chest there and chest there. But Avo, you're saying, Avo, we can't open that chest because it's got a solid block underneath it. Well, that's a step. And because it's a step, you can still open the chest because it's not considered a solid block. It is considered a transparent block. So you have also got plenty of room to open stuff up. So we've got even more here. Oh, I managed to click the actual chest itself. So if we come there, 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 and there, and then we get trap chest there and there, there, and there, we have got a grand total of 12 double chest storage, and we've taken up absolutely no space whatsoever. We are now going to get our oak fence, and we're going to run the oak fence around. You can still reach that chest. See, look, you can still reach it. We're going to run the oak fence all the way around this mezzanine level here, like that. There we go. And we're going to do the same on the other side, because this is going to stop us when we come home having had, I don't know, maybe 1 too many mushroom soups, and we can't fall down and hurt ourselves by bashing our head on there, which is great. And we're also going to create steps, fence along here, like that. We're going to leave that gap open, because again, we don't want to fall down this gap here. And then on this gap, we're going to put a lump of oak wood there and there, and we're going to do the same there and there, and it just creates a nice stopper, and you've still got plenty of channel to be able to walk around upstairs and access your awesome storage. But we've got stuff to do down here as well, so let's get that done. So in order to get as much out of this bottom floor as we possibly can, because the top floor, whilst big, doesn't actually give us an awful lot of space, we need to make use of the space that we've got. We've got a very conveniently, rather planned, 5 wide gap here that we're going to put a row of 2 bookcases like that. Under this window, we're going to go 1, 2 with 2 more bookcases. We're going to go 1, 2 with 2 more bookcases, and just for good measure, we're going to slap an extra one in there. Then we're going to get a chest, a double chest, that we can then open up, and again, it will open up because it is underneath stairs, which is great. And we've got a nice gap right in the middle there that we are going to stick our enchantment table, and you can see that the magic words are already starting to flow into that table. Now, more magic, but more of the food variety going on over here. We're going to have a cauldron in the middle, and this is going to be our kitchen, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3 slabs there, 1, 2, 3 slabs there. So this is our working area. We're going to put a lever there and lower it down, because then that looks like it's a tap. We're going to fill up that cauldron with water. We're going to get here a powered rail. You've got to remember to put it on the right wall. If I put it on this wall, it doesn't work. Look, it faces the wrong way. So if I put it on that wall, it goes across, which is what I'm trying to achieve. So if I get a lever there, that will allow me to turn on my hob and turn it back off again. Now we need a furnace, because we need a cooker next to our hob, so we get rid of that. We didn't actually need that one, and we're going to put a furnace there. That can be our cooker. So we've got our cooker, we've got our hob, we've got our wash up sink, and we've got a little area here for working on. In fact, why don't we stick a little crafting table at the end? Where's my crafting table? There it is. Crafting table goes at the end, and then you can make stuff off of food to go there. That's brilliant. So we've got a nice working kitchen area. What are we going to put at the other end? And this area is going to be, well, basically this is going to be our bed sit area. It's going to be a bed sit. And you need to decide whereabouts on this wall you're going to stick your bed. So I've gone for a nice orange bed here, and I'm going to have my bed right there. I'm going to have a double bed because I like a double bed. It's nice to have a bit of a, I don't know, move around whilst you're asleep. We'll have a chest on either side of that. That's great. And then on this side, we're going to have our sitting area. And I want a nice big sofa. So we're going to have a wraparound sofa that looks a little bit like that. In the middle of that, we've got a nice area for a table. And I need to have a white table so as it contrasts nicely with the floor. We haven't put a rug down yet. We haven't forgotten. We then need an item frame. So let's get the item frame on the side of that there and the side of that like that. So that creates a nice little seating area for us to be able to sit in. We want to be able to do a little bit of work whilst we're here as well. So if I can get my anvil, we'll stick my anvil in there like that. I also want to be able to store all my very secret stuff. So my ender chest sits right there. That's perfect. And we might want to be able to make stuff but not have to go all the way around to that kitchen area. So let's stick a crafting table under there. We can repair stuff, we can make stuff, and our ender chest is there ready and waiting for us to use. Now we've got a nice little area here which is 3x3, which I'm going to use to put a little bit of a rug down, purely just to make it look a little bit nicer. So we've got a nice rug in our bedsit area, and we've not got an awful lot more that we want to put in here, I don't think. I think it's starting to come together really quite nicely. I've just noticed that that looks a little bit odd there, so we're going to put in a kind of end bit there just to make sure it's nicely finished the same way as that bit is nicely finished over there. Now we've got a few things that we've not actually got in here yet, but I figured it's not absolutely essential to have everything in this particular place. I think we might want to, I don't know, decide that we don't want stuff in it, but there are a few more things that I want to fit. Yep, you guessed it, we want to be able to make potions, don't we? So let's get a little chest there that we can then use for things like empty bottle storage. We're going to put a brewing stand there, and we're going to get ourselves an infinite water source underneath the stairs. So we're going to do that by putting one bucket there, one bucket there. That creates an infinite water source in the middle, and we don't want to accidentally knock off these end ones. So let's cover them up, and then we can access as much water as we could ever want by using that infinite water source right there. So we've got kitchen, we've got potion brewing area, we've got an enchantment area, we've got this bit around here which is our bedroom, sitting room. We've got the ability to do almost anything, but we've not got an awful lot of furnacing going on, and I would like in my place to have a little bit more furnacing capability. So I'm putting 1, 2, 3 furnaces in there, and I'm also putting another 2 furnaces in there. That gives us a total of 5 furnaces, plus don't forget we've got a cooker there, so we've got 6 furnaces within this house that I think is probably enough for anybody. We just want to make it look a little bit more pretty now, don't we? So let's get ourselves some pictures. A nice picture above the bed would be nice, wouldn't it? There you go, have that. And perhaps we can have a picture just there. It's got a creeper looking at us, and a picture just there, which is nice. And then coming along this way in the kitchen, we maybe want a picture there. That's the creeper one again. We're particularly fond of that one, it would seem. That is not what we want there. That is not what we want there. Nope. Come on, I just want a single... How am I going to do this? Right, so if I get that like that and that like that, if I then put a picture in there, that should just give me a single one. That's exactly right. So we've got some pictures downstairs, and then we want to come around and look at what we've got up here. We've got lots of space up here that we might want to utilise for some prettiness. So let's get ourselves a picture there, a picture that doesn't cover up the window there, another one there. Oh, I'm tight roping along the thing, and that's not what I want there, and another one there. So there we go. So we've got a good number of pictures around the house. So it's starting to look really, really nice. But we've not done anything with the outside yet, so we better crack on with that. Now the outside is done and the inside is done. We have got a nice little, very livable cottage here with the front garden looking really quite nice. We've got a pond that's lit up there. We've got some sugarcane growing, which we could harvest, but it's more for show. And this bit is all very pretty on this side, and you can sit outside and have a cup of tea there, which is very nice too. And we've got a little structured path coming up to our front door. Inside, we have got what we've already seen, but we've extended it just a little bit to give ourselves an armour stand, some lighting that's covered up using trapdoors. We're obviously storing our tools above our bed because we might need them at a moment's notice. And you can see upstairs looks very grand with a strip of light all the way down the roof. And then out the back, we've got another small functional garden. A very little pond there with plenty of light. We've got crops growing on that side. We've got some wheat with some storage. And on this side, we've got carrots with some storage. We've got plenty of flowers. We've got some sunflowers telling us which way the sun is going. And a nice tree. And that is a very nice looking house. I'm sure you will agree. And if you look at it from this angle, it looks pretty good too. There you go, one nice little cottage that I dare you to build. Make sure you tweet me the pictures of your building and put them onto @AvoMinecraft. You can see the big fat orange orangutan is holding the Twitter address for you now. Feel free to copy it down and tweet me the pictures of your versions of this cottage and see how you can make it even better than I've got it right now. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do make sure you slap that like button really, really hard. It would be great to see those likes racking up. Let's see if we can get to 612 likes. 612 is the like count for this particular video. Let's see if we can't achieve that one. That would be absolutely awesome. And if you haven't already, whilst you're at it, why don't you hit that sub button as well? It'd be great to see you in my sub club and my notification squad by hitting that bell at the same time. And I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.